The premiere of the Golf 5th generation took place in 2003. The design of the car was changed, the front was redesigned, and the vehicle was improved in terms of aerodynamics. The sharpened, clearly towards the center of the vehicle, double. Round headlights with horizontally set turn signals attract attention. Typical for the Volkswagen brand are round tail lights with a double layout, placed halfway up the rear hatch. A large rear window also became an important stylistic element of the silhouette. The Golf 5 was the first to use the TSI engine, which combines greater power with small capacity. Such a solution allowed for adaptation to the latest CO2 emission restrictions. Another innovation was the introduction of the dual-clutch DSG transmission for the first time in the Golf. This gearbox significantly improved the comfort of gear changes, eliminated the clear boundaries between automatic and manual transmissions, and significantly improved driving dynamics. This solution was very popular, and in just 4 years, more than 1 million cars with the DSG gearbox were sold. For the first time, the Golf could be ordered with side airbags protecting rear passengers, in a set with 6 standard airbags, front, side and front, and protecting the head. In total, the manufacturer installed 8 airbags. Dynamics and driving comfort increased, among other things, thanks to the use of a multi-link rear axle, thanks to bi-xenon headlights, a rain sensor, and a panoramic sliding roof. The Golf GTI featured the first petrol turbo engine with direct fuel injection, and the first Golf powered by a turbocharged engine with a supercharger also debuted. In 2005, the most powerful engine in the history of series-produced Golfs went on sale. The R32 model was equipped with a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder engine with a capacity of 3,200 cubic centimeters. The car could boast 250 horsepower and a top speed limited to 250 kilometers per hour. The 5th generation Golf changed quite significantly, and it turned out that cars were still often purchased, but not as well as assumed. Therefore, in 2008, a slightly modernized version of the 5th was presented, which referred more to the proven predecessor. Nearly 3 million units were produced during the 4 years of the 6th generation's production. Walter de Silva's team, the main designer of the concern, gave it a somewhat different appearance and greater aggressiveness by abandoning the strongly streamlined shapes. The roof now rests, as in the new Sirocco, on clearly witneyed shoulders. This is due to the strongly modeled line that stretches from the headlights to the rear lights like a tense muscle of an athlete. Volkswagen named this line the character line. It was supposed to make the car seen from the side appear stable and more deeply rooted on the road. At the front, the 6th generation has a horizontal, black, glossy radiator grille strip adopted from the 1st generation Golf. Below there is a wide black air intake. Horizontal lines also dominate at the rear. The very wide lights are characterized, among other things, by a unique appearance at night. The 6th generation differs from its predecessors also by significantly better interior soundproofing. The manufacturer applied, among other things, sound damping film in the front windshield, different door seals and window guides, a different shape of the mirrors, or additional engine compartment soundproofing. With the exception of the weakest versions, all petrol and diesel engines could be combined with Volkswagen's dual-clutch transmissions, DSG. Depending on the engine's torque, they were 6 or 7-speed. In this generation of the Golf, DSG completely replaced the classic hydrokinetic automatic transmission. And what's under the hood? All petrol engines were available with turbocharging and produced power from 80 to 170 horsepower. Meanwhile, diesel engines are tedious with common rail. Among the most interesting versions, one can mention the GTI with an R4 2.0 turbo engine producing 230 horsepower and 300 Newton-meters of torque, and the 3.2 R32 with 250 horsepower and 320 Newton-meters of torque. The 7th generation of the Golf was presented on September 4, 2012 at the National Gallery in Berlin. The car was built on the basis of the modular MQB platform used to build, among others, the Audi A3 3, Seat Leon 3, and Skoda Octavia 3. The Golf underwent a slimming diet, lightening the car by 100 kilograms. Modified engines allowed for a reduction in fuel consumption by up to 23%. Compared to the previous generation, the car had a larger cabin and trunk. In addition, Volkswagen equipped the Golf 7th with a very rich set of assistance systems. Among them were an automatic post-collision braking system, an active passenger protection system, active cruise control, ACC, and front assist monitoring the space in front of the car with a city emergency braking function. In June 2013, Volkswagen presented the variant version of the vehicle, the Estate. The trunk grew to a capacity of 605 liters, and after folding the rear bench, the capacity increases to 1620 liters. In addition to front-wheel drive models, in 2013, cars with four-wheel drive 4Motion also went on sale. In August 2013, Volkswagen presented the most powerful version of the car, the Golf R. The car received a redesigned 2.0 TSI engine. Among other things, the pistons, head, and manifolds were changed. The changes allowed for achieving 300 horsepower and a maximum torque of 380 Newton-meters of torque. The power is transferred to all four wheels via a fifth-generation Haldex clutch. The R version appeared in showrooms before the end of 2013. That same year, Volkswagen also showed the sports van version, and a year later, the off-road model All-Track. The car, built on the basis of the Estate version, has modified suspension, increased by 20mm clearance and 4x4 drive, and a fifth-generation Haldex clutch. Also of interest is the Golf GTI Clubsport with the overboost function. The car, powered by a 2.0 TSI engine, generates 265 horsepower, but when the overboost is activated for a maximum of 10 seconds, the power increases to 290 horses. Another milestone was the premiere of the electric version of the Golf e-Golf and the hybrid GTE in 2014. The Golf GTE was based on technological solutions previously used in the Audi A3 e-tron. Under the hood, there was a 150 horsepower 1.4 TSI engine, additionally supported by an electric motor. Together, they generate 204 horsepower, and the maximum torque was 350 Newton-meters of torque. In electric-only mode, the car can travel about 50 kilometers. The full charging cycle of the battery, with a capacity of 8.8 kilowatt-hour, takes 3.5 hours. Meanwhile, the fully electric version of the e-Golf went on sale in the spring of 2014. The car had an engine with a power of 85 kilowatt, which corresponds to about 115 horsepower. It accelerated to 100 in 10.5 seconds, and the maximum speed was limited to 160. Fully charged batteries provided a range of about 300 kilometers. The car can be charged from a domestic socket or at a fast charging point. In the latter case, the car charges up to 80% of its capacity within 30 minutes. In 2019, the e-Golf transformed into the new model, ID3. In October 2016, the facelift version was presented. Details such as chrome strips and air intakes were transformed. The front headlights received a completely new LED layout, as well as dynamic turn signals. Classic dashboard gauges were replaced by the so-called virtual cockpit, a 12.3-inch display. And the centrally located touchscreen was also refreshed, which in the richest version has a diagonal of 9.2 inches. At the same time as the facelift, a 1.5 TSI engine was added to the range of petrol power units available in two power variants, 130 and 150 horsepower. The new 1.5 TSI unit in each power variant has the ACT system. This is a system that, under low engine load, disconnects two cylinders. Then it operates on the remaining two, which allows for reduced fuel consumption. Thank you for your attention. I invite you to check out others videos from the Automotive series. I encourage you to subscribe and leave a like for the algorithm. This will help me grow the channel. Thanks.